Hey y'all, it's Tim Miller with the Bulwark. We got more evidence today, as if we needed any, that the GOP has become a Trump cult, even at the establishment level. I call it the new MAGA establishment. And today we see how they are flexing their bigoted nationalist muscle in the state of Michigan. We have Representative Peter Meijer, who you might remember as one of the few brave Republicans that voted to impeach Trump after he attempted the coup on January 6th. He was one of 10 House Republicans to do so. He was run out on the rail in a primary where a far-right Republican, Gibbs, defeats Meijer in a primary and then ends up losing the general election, worked out for Democrats. Meijer is now trying to come back, and he wants to run for Senate in Michigan. Now, here's the thing. It's going to be a very crowded field in Michigan. It's possible that more of a mainstream Republican like Meijer could win in maybe a field that had 8 or 9 people in it, which is what we're looking at as possible in Michigan. And so you would think that the Republicans who are supposedly there are all these closet normal Republicans out there that are in charge of these committees, that they might want to just be quiet and see if maybe they can get somebody that could, I don't know, maybe actually win an election and appeal to some independents and Democrats. Meijer is not like some totally out of the mainstream candidate. He is a strong Republican, a little bit moderate on certain issues, but he's to the right of me, for example. Sometimes I see his Twitter feed and I'm like, bro, you're going a little too MAGA for my tastes. But anyway, look, Meijer is right in what you would expect to be a normal Republican lane, but he has the one sin, which was that he voted to impeach Trump. And once you've gone against the Orange God King, you've got to be kicked out of the cult. So here's what happens. The Michigan GOP puts out a statement that says, Peter Meijer voted to impeach Trump, period. Remember that. That ominous threat comes out just shortly after Meijer makes his announcement. Later, the Michigan GOP attributed that to an overzealous intern. Overzealous intern. Always it's the overzealous interns that are sending out the things that MAGA Republicans want. But the NRSC showed that intern wasn't so overzealous. The NRSC is the National Republican Senatorial Committee. This is the group of Republican senators that are in charge of Republican campaigns for Senate. Mitch McConnell has a lot of control over this group. Rick Scott ran the group the last cycle. This is not the home of like Tommy Tuberville or random MAGA, wild-eyed MAGAs. Like this is, if there is an establishment, this is the group that represents that establishment. They put out a statement about Meijer entering the race that says this: Peter Meijer isn't viable in a primary election, and there's worry that if Meijer were to be nominated, the base would not be enthused in the general election, NRSC Executive Director Jason Thielman said in a statement to Politico. That is insane. Just to give you a sense for how crazy that is, for the National Republican Senate Committee to weigh in on the record and say this is a bad candidate, that is highly unusual. This is a group that if they're concerned about electability, you would think that they would be putting out statements criticizing the far-right MAGA weirdos that have been costing them elections. But no, the NRSC was fully behind Dr. Oz, just like Trump was. They were fully behind Herschel Walker, just like Trump was. That cost the Republicans 2 winnable seats. They were fully behind Blake Masters, the creepy American psycho guy that ran in Arizona in another potentially winnable race. And now this time you have Carrie Lake, the queen of MAGA election denialism.
We had 740,000 ballots with no chain of custody. Those ballots shouldn't have been counted. We had election
Where is the
laws
evidence of that?
Dana, there's plenty of evidence. You can find it. I'm happy to send it to your team. The problem is the media won't cover it. And
we've covered this extensively, and what you just said has been debunked.
And they had a meeting with her, and they're treating her better than they're treating Peter Meijer. So this is the supposedly normal establishment Republican operatives, based out of Washington, D.C., and they're putting their thumb on the scale to help a wild-eyed lunatic like Carrie Lake while trying to harm and tamp down the candidacy of Peter Meijer, who, again, is a normal Republican whose only supposed crime was voting to impeach Donald Trump for trying a coup. I mean, we are in the upside down here. Like, this is absolute crazy land that Republicans are doing this. It is bad strategically. It is bad morally. It is an assault on the truth. But most importantly, what it shows is it shows the real face of this Republican Party. There is no Trump Republican and normal Republican Party. It's all the Trump Party. Everyone who is still in the party has accepted that. And so even groups that are controlled really by Mitch McConnell are now out there trashing candidates if they dare step out of line and dare speak the truth about Donald Trump's undemocratic actions. It is really revealing. It is crazy, but that is the state of the Republican Party in 2023. Hey, if you like this video and our content, I'd love for you to become a Bulwark Plus member. You get bonus podcasts, you get bonus newsletters, you get bonus takes from me that maybe don't come up on the YouTube feed. You can try it out for free at thebulwark.com/free trial. The link is below in the description. We'd love to have you as a member of our community. We have great commenters and great opportunities for people who want to protect democracy.